the data is available on database, those we are visualizing. Here, the first thing we need to learn, how the data is coming into database. Who is inserting the data into database? Is developers will insert the data? Developer, admin team will insert the data? Who is inserting the data into database? Any answer from anyone? How the data is coming into database? That is
data.
They will do so if you are using SQL Server, the SQL Server people integrate the data from the different ways, staging stage SAP, SAP MM or SD or something, right? From them, they will extract data into the, they will do some transformation, and then they will keep data as a fact tables or dimension table according to the.
Then how the data is coming into SAP MM?
They will use some intermediate table, in tools like LSMW and these kind of tools they used to use, and they will extract from SAP to SQL Server.
Okay, so first, in this demo session point of view, first we can know that information, how the data is coming into the databases. In case while we are working with as a report guy, if we get a doubt, then to whom we need to contact? Okay, so if we are working as a ADF developer, the report guy has said, the data is not coming. If we at the time, to whom we need to contact, where we need to verify, that we will discuss now. This is very, very whatever the class today I'm discussing, that very, very important at real-time work culture point of view. It's not a demo class, it's a very, very important session, the work culture point of view. Okay, so first, the data who will insert that point of view, if it's coming into that point of view, who is inserting the data, who are finally use that application, those will insert the data. If we take any application, developers won't insert the data at any cost. Admin team won't insert the data at any cost. If we take any one application, that for that particular application, who will use finally, those people will insert the data into that database. Let's say, for example, we can take it as a example as any one application. I'm taking a MSET application or ISET application, or I'm taking it as a FB. FB regular basis we will use, right? FB, WhatsApp, even the Gmail. We are using these accounts already regular basis, right? So I'm taking any one of the application, so that we will discuss how the data is processing to one phase to another phase, and how the data finally is coming into reporting tools. Okay, so for that point of view, first, if we want to process, or if we want to see that just understanding purpose, I'm taking it as a ISET application or MSET application. Okay, to searching that in Google, we need some web page, right? We need some web page, right? Basically, the web page development implementation by some other team. To developing the web pages, we will use it as a various technologies like HTML, CSS, Node.js, AngularJS, React.js, Bootstrap, JSP, ASP, like that. We have n number of technologies there to developing the web pages. Let's see, assume whenever you are entering into the Google, you have searched it as a www.iset.com. There it has displayed it as a one web application, web form. Okay, to developing the web form, which technologies we are using? These blah blah technologies, HTML, CSS, Node.js, React.js, AngularJS, blah blah technologies we are using. Okay, or else some of the companies, they have their internal applications. For their internal applications also, they need to use these technologies. Like if you go with hospital, the hospital point of view, they will use it as their internal applications. For to developing the internal applications also, end of the day, they need to use these applications only, like SAP applications, blah blah blah, whatever it is. To developing that, they need to use these technologies only. Okay, see, you have clicked it as a www.iset.com. There one web application it has opened. In that web application point of view, the columns is like name, phone number, blah blah details. It is there that you have filled, and you need to click on submit, right? If you want to store the data, like whenever you click on submit option, like there you haven't mentioned it as any like logic where it need to store, where it need to go, and so like whenever you click on submit button, it won't go with directly database. It will go with the programming languages. It will go with programming languages. The programming languages like Java, PHP, .NET, Python, like this programming languages, the data will move on. Okay, so from the web pages, the data will go to programming languages. In these programming language, they will write it as a logic. Which server it need to go. In database, several servers it is there, right? So which servers it need to go, and like which database it need to choose, and after that which table it need to choose, like and table which column it need to choose. That logic where we can write means these programming languages we can write. Okay, that logic we can call it as a business programming or business logic. Which table we need to store, which table it need to store, which column it need to go the information. That's we can write under this programming language. And then once it is completed, then according to that business logic, the data will move to that databases. It's the databases. We have several things in the market, like a n number of databases it is there. N number of databases it is there. Like a example, like we can take it as a SQL server. Now databases I'm writing here. SQL server, like a Oracle, MySQL, and like a SAP, Impala, Hadoop. Like we have several databases in there. Even though Excel is also one of the database. Even though Excel is also one of the database, in Excel itself we can store the data. In Excel also we can store the data. So like this process, the data is coming into database. So if you take MSET application, who is inserting the data? End user. End user means who? We are only using that MSET application, right? So we only insert the data. FB, registration form, we are only filling, we are only clicking on submit button. So the application who will use the finally, those will insert the data. Like a demand scanner is there. So the salesman is entering the data into database. Got it? Clear? Up to this part, any doubt from anyone? No? Clear? This databases, we can call it as a raw databases in real time. These are the databases. This we can call it as raw databases. From here onwards, the it will come into picture the ETL team and reporting team. Up to this, there is no use of ETL team and reporting team. Up to this part, for database maintenance point of view, separate team is there. For programming point of view, separate team is there. Okay, for front-end technologies development point of view, separate team is there. So up to this, we no need to enter. From here onwards, we can enter into the work. First, the ETL people will enter into work. What is the work of ETL team? What is ETL? ETL stands for extract, transform, and loading. See, what kind of work they will do, what is their business, what kind of work they will implement on real-time basis. Okay, so these ETL tools, we have a number of ETL tools in the market. So first, here we will discuss the ETL tools is Ssis and ADF. Ssis and ADF. What is their activity? Why we need to use the ETL tools? The major use of ETL tool is to integrating the multiple data sources of information, and loading into another server. Let's see, for example, assume we can take example it as a Reliance. The people who are working with Reliance, those Reliance, Mukesh Ambani or Neetu Ambani, whatever the people, they came from bottom right. So they haven't started big businesses initial stages. Okay, so while they are starting the business, they went to IT people. They have asked I'm starting this business. You can suggest me which database I need to use. This is my budget. For this budget point of view, I'm looking for any one of the software. So as the IT people suggested to Neetu Ambani or Mukesh Ambani, you can, for your budget, you can go with this Excel database. Assume. Excel database. Again, after 2 years, event. Again, I am thinking to start one more business, it's a somewhat of secure. Now I have 1 CR budget. 1 CR budget for only database and software. So that time they have suggested, even though for 1 CR it won't come anything, but see, assume here they have suggested it as a SQL server. Assume they have suggested it as one more new database, SQL server. Again, after 2 years, I went to IT people. I have asked suggestion. Now which database I need to use? They have suggested it as a like a go with Oracle database. They have suggested it as go with Oracle database. They have suggested Oracle database. But as a Mukesh Ambani, assume as a Needu Ambani, to seeing this all these three databases, is they have time, and to maintaining the individual servers, it is too high. And like whenever they are showing the information with some like this data warehouse, like a share markets point of view, and to other applications, it's difficult if the data is having in three different databases. Okay, so what they will do is by using this database, by using this all three sources of by using this ETL tools, all these three data sources of information, they will move into some other applications. Some other application or some other database. See, like by using any ETL tool, it may be SSIS, it may be SSIS, it may be ADF, it may be Informatica, it may be BigQuery GCP. Okay, it may be Python. Even the ETL point of view, also we can use the Python. It may be Python, it may be blah blah tools. We have n number of tools ETL point of view in the market, or like that. Okay, so first by using these tools, what they will do is from these like a data sources, they will extract the data into here. They will extract all these sources of information into like a ETL platform. Whatever the tool we are using, that tool they will extract. For ETL point of view, whatever the tool we are using, in that tool they will extract the data. Once they extracted the data, according to the business requirements, they will implement it as a data cleaning. Data cleaning. The data cleaning is nothing but data modifications. The data modifications are, we can call it as the data modifications, we can call it as transformations. The data modifications, we can call it as transformations. For extraction, they are extracting all these data sources information into this tool. And then according to the business requirement, they are implementing it as a transformations. Once this transformation phase has been completed, whatever the data here it is available, those data we are moving into, like a which tool? Like a any one database. Any one database. Transform చేశారు దాన్ని ఇంకో దాంట్లోకి లోడ్ చేయాలి కదా. The data they need to move into another database, right? So for moving the data into another database, they are loading into that data into another database. This database, it may be SQL Server, it may be Oracle, it may be Azure, it may be like blah blah, GCP, whatever it is. But this database, we can call it as data warehouse. Data warehouse is also one of the database only. Data warehouse is also one of the database only, but it's a cleanup information. Cleanup information. Here, while they are storing the data into database, the tables will split into two parts. One is dimension table and another one is fact table. So what is dimension, what is fact? Like whenever we are coming into that data warehousing concepts, we will discuss. Even though it's required for Power BI, it's required for that information is required for like a ADF and SSIS people also. Okay, so the data is, it may be SQL, it may be GCP, it may be Azure, it may be blah, 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 whatever it is. That is data warehouse. This is the work of ETL team will do. This is the one the scenario I have explained. If we go with another scenario, let's see. Simple example I am saying. Like we all are having account with SBI. Assume we all are having the account with SBI. So the SBI, like we are saving the money. Like it's like my account point of view, assume my account point of view, it is having like 50,000, like Tarun account point of view, it is having 1 lakh, Siva account point of view, it is having 2 lakhs. Like it's not for same, right? For some other people, they won't have any kind of amount. Okay, so the SBI people, they are maintaining their server is, the database server is, assume it's Chennai location or Mumbai location. For Chennai location or Mumbai location, unexpectedly the floods has came. What's it's happened? Whatever the location the server is having, database server is having, in that location only the floods have came. Assume. The entire data will be collapsed. And next day, what we will do? We all are goes to in front of SBI, we will fight with them, right? So without happening like that, what they will do is for each and every database, like they will maintain it as a backup servers. Assume like one server, if it is in Chennai location, and another server they will maintain in like Mumbai or Delhi or some other, even though like oceans also they will maintain the server. So oceans lo secure basis ever enter avakunda oceans lo kuda manaku servers anedi maintain chestaru middle of the ocean. Okay, so it's data is important here. For every project, the data is more important. So the database, to moving the data from one database to another server, to maintaining the backup also, to moving the data from one server to another server also, we can use it as a like a ETL tools. To moving the data from one server to another server, to maintaining the backup purpose, also we can use it as a ETL tools. Okay, so now the data warehouse is having proper enough information. Once the data warehouse, if it is having the proper cleanup information, then from here the reporting team will coming into the picture. From here the reporting team will coming into the picture. See here, see reporting team, what they will do is, first activity is whatever the data is available in data warehouse, from this data warehouse they will extract from this data warehouse, they will extract the data into their reporting tool, whatever it is. Assume it is like a Power BI, it is whatever the tool. Like from this data warehouse, like they will extract the data into their reporting tool. It may be Power BI. మనం మేజర్ గా పవర్ బిఐ గురించి డిస్కస్ చేస్తున్నాం కాబట్టి పవర్ బిఐ రాస్తున్నాను. పవర్ బిఐ, like it may be SSRS, it may be Looker, it may be, sorry, Tableau, click view, like click sense. Whatever tools it is there in the market, OBI, it's so many blah tools is available in the market. So first they need to extract the data from data warehouse to our reporting tool. Once we extracted the data into reporting tool, according to the requirement, according to the end user requirement, like here, once again, we will perform it as like a transformations. Transformations is nothing but what? Transformation అంటే ఏంటండి? Data modification. Data, it's a single step also. It's a adding a column add చేయడం, a column subtract చేయడం, a column delete చేయడం, doing some multiplication. Like anything is nothing but one transformation. Anything is nothing transformation. Okay, so according to the again end user requirements, if the data is proper cleanup at data warehouse level, then we cannot perform here. If the data is not proper cleanup according to the requirement, we can clean up here. మనకు డేటా వేర్ హౌస్ లోనే ప్రాపర్ క్లీనప్ ఉన్నింది అనుకో, రిపోర్ట్ సరిపోయేటట్లు ఉన్నింది అనుకో, అప్పుడు మనం ఇక్కడ చేయాల్సిన పని లేదు. డేటా వేర్ హౌస్ లో ప్రాపర్ క్లీనప్ లేదు అనుకో, అప్పుడు ఇక్కడ పర్ఫార్మ్ చేయాలి. Okay, so now here, according once the transformation has been completed, then again like here we can implement the next part. We can implement here it as a data model. This is the heart of power like a reporting tools. This is the phase is heart of reporting tools. What is this? This phase data model. What is data model? So many people don't know that what is data model. Okay, see, report is nothing but it's not a single table, right? మనం ఒక రిపోర్ట్ డెవలప్ చేస్తున్నామంటే ఒక టేబుల్ యూజ్ చేసుకోం కదా. We cannot able to use single table. We can use the multiple tables, right? We can use multiple tables. To developing the one report, we can use it as the multiple tables. To building the relationship between the tables, we can call it as a data model. So if I want to fetch that data from these three tables, if it is having the relationship, then only you will get it as a proper output. These three tables, it need to have the proper relationship. These three tables, if it is having proper relationship, then only you will get it as a proper output. Else, you will not get the proper output. That's why we can say this is the heart of reporting tools. నువ్వు ఒక రిలేషన్ బిల్డ్ చేసేది ఇంకొక రిలేషన్షిప్ బిల్డ్ చేసావు అనుకో, ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అనేది ప్రాపర్ గా రాదు. So this is the simple activity, but this is the heart of report. Simple activity, but heart of report. Just drag and drop. The drag and drop, but it's very important. Okay, next phase is like once the data model has been completed, the reporting team like will implement it as the data visualization. What they will do? Data visualization. Data visualization is nothing but what? To showing the data on bar chart, pie chart, line chart, like such kind of things. This is the thing we can implement. This is the work of like a reporting team. Up to this part, any doubt from anyone? Any doubt from anyone?
So, SSIs use చేసిన తర్వాత existing database లోనే చేయొచ్చు లేకపోతే new database లోనే store చేయొచ్చు
Here Baswa's question is like a see why I need to use this ETL tool. This question is why I need to use the ETL tool directly for the reporting basis. I will fetch the data from here to here. ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడికి డైరెక్ట్ గా డేటా అనేది ఫెచ్ చేసుకుంటాను. This is also database. This is also database. Right? Why I need to use the ETL tool? So the ETL tool purpose is the only one and only purpose is to maintaining the data warehouse. The integrated information, the proper cleanup information to maintaining one server, we will go with ETL tool. Except that, like here also you will perform the transformations, here also you will perform the transformations. ఇక్కడ కూడా transformations perform చేస్తారు, ఇక్కడ కూడా transformations perform చేస్తారు. So there is no much difference between like a ETL and reporting tools. Okay, so ఈ separate server అనేది మెయింటైన్ చేయాలి అనుకుంటే, separate server database server data warehouse మెయింటైన్ చేయాలి అనుకుంటే అప్పుడు ETL tool కి వెళ్తాము. ఆ separate data warehouse అవసరం లేదు అనుకుంటే ETL తో పని లేదు. సో బట్ మనకున్న ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ అన్నిటికీ ఇండివిజువల్ కు డేటా అనేది ఇంపార్టెంట్ కాబట్టి ఆ ప్రాపర్ క్లీనప్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ కు సెపరేట్ సర్వర్స్ 100 to 100% ఉన్నాయి. సో ఏ ప్రాజెక్ట్ లోకి వెళ్ళినా కూడా ETL టీమ్ అనేది ఉంటుంది. ETL టీమ్ అనేది ఖచ్చితంగా ఉంటుంది. Now I have a question. So the client and the Power BI team, assume I am the Power BI people. Assume I am the Power BI people. Like he said, client said, the particular row is not available in this report. Then what you will do? అప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలి మీరు? ఏం చేస్తారు? That is the important. అదే దానికోసమే ఇప్పుడు ఈ క్లాస్ చెప్పింది. ఫస్ట్ మీ రిపోర్ట్ లో ఏవైతే మాడిఫికేషన్స్ చేసింటారో అవన్నీ చెక్ చేసుకోవాలి. The data is proper. Reporting side there is no error. Then to whom you need to contact? ఎవరితో కాంటాక్ట్ అవ్వాలి? What is the backend team? What is the backend team for Power BI? ETL. So మనకు ఎప్పుడైనా డేటాబేస్ లో ఎర్రర్ ఏదైనా రిపోర్ట్ లో ఒక డేటా పర్టికులర్ టేబుల్ కాలం కావచ్చు, ఇది ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ క్వరీ ఏదైనా రాలేదు అంటే అప్పుడు ఎవరిని అప్రోచ్ అవ్వాలంటే మన బ్యాక్ ఎండ్ టీమ్ ఎవరంటే ETL టీమ్. ETL ఎవరైనా కావచ్చు, GCP వాళ్ళు కావచ్చు, అజూర్ కావచ్చు, బట్ ఎవర్ ద టీమ్ ETL టీమ్ వాళ్ళు కాంటాక్ట్ అవ్వాలి. ETL టీమ్ లో కూడా డేటా రాలేదు అంటే అప్పుడు వాళ్ళు దేంట్లో చెక్ చేసుకోవాలా? రా డేటాబేసెస్ లో చెక్ చేసుకోవాలి. ఓకే, రా డేటాబేస్ లో డేటా ఉందా లేదా, రా డేటాబేస్ లో నుంచి తీసుకొని వచ్చినప్పుడు ఏమన్నా మిస్ అయ్యిందా అనేది చెక్ చేసుకోవాలి. లేదు అంటే డేటాబేస్ మెయింటెనెన్స్ అప్పుడు వీళ్ళు ఏమన్నా డేటాబేస్ ETL టీమ్ డేటాబేస్ వాళ్ళు ఏమన్నా తీసేశారా అనేది చెక్ చేసుకోవాలి. సో అక్కడ చెక్ చేసుకొని వచ్చి వాడు ఎవరికి అప్డేట్ చేయాలి? ETL టీమ్ వాడు ఎవరికి అప్డేట్ చేయాలి? పవర్ BI వారికి అప్డేట్ చేయాలి. పవర్ BI వాడు ఎవరికి ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేస్తాడు? డైరెక్ట్ క్లయింట్ ఎండ్ యూజర్ కి ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేస్తాడు. ఓకే, క్లయింట్ డైరెక్ట్ గా పోయి ఈటీఎల్ వాళ్ళని అడగడు. క్లయింట్ ఎవరి ద్వారా పోతాడు అంటే పవర్ బిఐ వాళ్ళని అడుగుతాడు. పవర్ బిఐ వాళ్ళు ఎవరిని పోయి అడగాలంటే ఈటీఎల్ టీమ్ వెళ్ళాలి. ఫర్ దట్ ప్రొసీజర్ పర్పస్ ఐ హావ్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ దిస్ సెషన్. ఇక్కడ ఏం జరుగుతుంది అని తెలుసుకోవాలి కాబట్టి రియల్ టైమ్ లో వర్క్ ఏం జరుగుతుంది, ఎలా వస్తుంది అప్లికేషన్ దగ్గర డేటా అనేది తెలుసుకోవాలి కాబట్టి చెప్పాను. సో మనకు మేజర్ గా మనం మిస్టేక్ చేసేది ఏంటి అంటే డెవలపర్ వర్క్ చేసే వాళ్ళు ఇప్పుడు ఎవరైతే వర్కింగ్ చేస్తుంటారో వాళ్ళు చేసేది ఏంటంటే ఎక్కడి నుంచి ఎక్కడికి మూవ్ అవుతుంది అనేది వాళ్ళకి ఏం సంబంధమే ఉండదు. జస్ట్ వర్క్ ఇచ్చినా చేసినామా అన్నట్టు ఉంటారు. దట్ ఈస్ నాట్ అట్ ఆల్ కరెక్ట్ ప్రొసీజర్. ఇన్ కేస్ నీకు ఇష్యూ వచ్చింది, అప్పుడు ఎవరిని కాంటాక్ట్ అవ్వాలి? ఇష్యూ రాకుండా ఉంటే ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈస్ ఫైన్, దెన్ ఫైన్. Everything goes fine, then fine. There is no problem. Okay. At the time of giving the KT, like you can ask to enter this procedure. Well, internal ga meer eppudaithe oka project like enter avutaro, appudu project lo meer adagalsina thing entante manam em application use chestunnamo, application nunchi data ఏ database ku vastundi, ఏ database nunchi ఏ ETL tools use chestunnaru, ఎక్కడి నుంచి ఎక్కడి ఈటీఎల్ టూల్ నుంచి రిపోర్టింగ్ టూల్ కి ఎలా వస్తుంది డేటా, is there any plugins, what are the things we are using, these kind of stuff we need to ask while they are giving the KT. Clear up to this part? Any doubt from anyone? Yes.
ఇనిషియల్ స్టేజ్ లో ఎక్సెల్ వస్తారు, ఒరాకిల్ 3 డేటాబేస్ లో ఉంది.
Yes.
నాకు ఎక్సెల్ నుంచి ఒరాకిల్ నుంచి ఓన్లీ ఎగ్జిస్టింగ్ ఎస్క్యూఎల్ సర్వర్ అనేది పెట్టుకోవచ్చు, లేకపోతే న్యూ సర్వర్ పెట్టుకోవచ్చు.
It's up to your wish. Basically in real time they won't use it as the same server, they will go with as the separate. So here for practicing purpose we will use the same server with the different databases, same server with the different databases. But if you go with the real time point of view, they won't use the same server. మీరు ఇక్కడ నేర్చుకునే దానికి మీ సెల్ఫ్ మీరు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసుకునే దానికి సేమ్ సర్వర్ యూజ్ చేస్తాం. అక్కడికి వెళ్తే సేమ్ సర్వర్ అనేది యూజ్ చేయం, డిఫరెంట్ సర్వర్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తాం. క్లియర్? ఈ సోర్స్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూ సర్వర్ ఉంటుంది, డెస్టినేషన్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూ సర్వర్. సింప్లీ ఇక్కడ నుంచి దీన్ని ఏమంటామంటే సోర్సెస్ అంటాం, దీన్ని ఏమంటామంటే డెస్టినేషన్ అంటాం. టార్గెట్, డెస్టినేషన్. Any other doubt? And one more thing I am informing here, it's not to course, it's a general topic. Like try to come the offline classes. People who are attending the online classes, like try to come the offline classes. Point number 1. Okay, point number 2, if you're coming into the force fees and all, like these, it's 2 months duration. 2 months duration, 15,000 is the course fee. It's a 3 months course duration, 22K is the fee. Okay, and see here, one more point you need to understand. For each and every people, the SQL is important. Why the SQL is important? See, the ETL team is also working with SQL, right? Database only they are extracting and they are performing the transformation. Like end of the day, Power BI people is also extracting the data and doing the operations. Like the Java people, Java వాళ్ళు ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తున్నారు, ఏ డేటాబేస్ లో స్టోర్ అవ్వాలి, ఏ సర్వర్ లో స్టోర్ అవ్వాలి, ఏ టేబుల్ లో స్టోర్ అవ్వాలి, డేటాబేస్ లాజికేనా, డేటాబేస్ కోడేనా, SQL కోడేనా అది. సో they also need to learn SQL. Like SQL server, database people లో వర్క్ చేస్తున్నారంటే 100% SQL. Like if you go with except this page, ఈ ఫేజ్ కాకుండా మీరు ఏ ఫేజ్ కి వెళ్ళినా కూడా, ఈ ఫ్రంట్ ఎండ్ టెక్నాలజీస్ HTML CSS ఈ ఫేజ్ కాకుండా మీరు ఏ ఫేజ్ కి వెళ్ళినా కూడా database అనేది mandatory గా నేర్చుకోవాలి. Database is nothing but SQL. Here, few of the people will get it as what is the difference between SQL Server, Oracle, MySQL. అన్ని ఒకే డేటాబేసెస్ కదా, ఎందుకు మళ్ళీ? Okay, so SQL is a language. SQL is not a database. SQL is a language. It's not a database. Okay, this SQL language they are using in several products. Like simply we can say the example, English. English is a language, right? Like SQL also language. The English language we are using and like the people is using in several countries, right? US, UK, Australia, blah 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 countries. Is it country to country the English is same or different? Different or same? Yeah, like simple example we can take US and UK. Is it same? No. No. Up to 70 to 80% it is the same. Remaining 20% it is having the variance. Way of pronouncing is also different. Syntax like a spelling is also different. The same way SQL is also language. SQL is also language. The SQL language they are using in several products. SQL Server. SQL Server means MS SQL, Microsoft SQL. Microsoft SQL, Oracle, like MySQL, like Impala, like blah blah. Even though SAP SAP lo kuda use chestadi SQL. SQL is a language. A language ఏ product కి వెళ్ళినా కూడా మీకు up to 70 to 80% ఇక్కడ కూడా సేమ్ ఉంటుంది. ఒక దాంట్లో మీరు పర్ఫెక్ట్ గా నేర్చుకుంటే okay, up to 60 to 70% it's same for all the databases. Whatever the relational databases is there, for the relational databases point of view, up to 60 to 70% it's the same. అందుకే నేను ఈ డేటాబేస్ లో వర్క్ చేసినాను అంటానంటే సరే దీనికి వస్తావా అని అడుగుతారు. Whenever you are taking the interviews, you said like I'm working with SQL Server. Like, are you interested to work with Oracle? ఎందుకంటే 60 to 70% it's same. ఏదో 30 to 40% ఉంటుంది. అది జస్ట్ గూగుల్ సెర్చ్ చేస్తే సింటాక్సెస్ వస్తుంటాయి. So first thing you need to focus on SQL Server. Here the condition is whenever you are learning with SQL Server, don't look up day by day. Don't come with day by day, or like don't take leaves 2 to 3 days. Like whenever you are working with SQL Server, whenever you are taking the classes with SQL Server, you need to attend the classes with continuous basis. And second point is like you need to do the practice daily basis only, especially for SQL Server. If you go with the SSIS, it's a different concept. If you go with ADF, it's a different thing. If you go with Power BI, it's a different. But especially SQL Server తో మీరు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసేటప్పుడు మీరు 2 క్లాసెస్ వదిలేసి 3వ క్లాస్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసినారు అంటే తెలుగులో మన పల్లెలలో చెప్తుంటారు రెడ్ వచ్చే మొదలు వచ్చే అనే సామెత ఉంటుంది. ద సేమ్ ప్రొసీజర్ యూ కెన్ ఫాలో. అంటే ఫస్ట్ మళ్ళీ మీరు మొదటికి రావాల్సిందే. ఎస్పెషలీ SQL సర్వర్, ఎస్పెషలీ SQL ను మీరు ఎంత ప్రాపర్ గా నేర్చుకుంటే మీకు రియల్ టైమ్ లో వర్క్ అంత ఈజీగా రిజాల్వ్ అవుతుంది. That is my suggestion. After that, up to your wish.